The next topic, that is project management professional. PMP or project management professional is an internationally recognized professional designation offered by the Project Management Institute. Starting with what is a project life cycle, and what are the PM processes. So starting with the project, it is any undertaking carried out individually or collaboratively and possibly involve research or design that is carefully planned to achieve a particular goal. So in other words, projects are meant to achieve strategic plan of the organization. It's a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. So every organization, when they are thinking about the project, there will be many strategic consideration, like it may be because of the market demand, it may be because of from the customer request, it is because of the business needs or strategic opportunities, or maybe because of the technical advancement or legal requirements. A project, it can create a product that is a component of another item or end item, a service like a business function to support production or logistics, a result, an outcome, or a document. So what is the difference between operations and project? In any organization, only two aspects of work exist: an ongoing operations and projects. Projects are defined as temporary endeavors with a specific beginning and a specific end, whereas operation constitute an organization's ongoing repetitive activities such as accounting or production. Since all work or efforts performed within an organization are characterized as either operations or projects, all of the cost of an organization must be distributed to either operations or projects. Projects are initiated by organizations for a variety of reasons, such as to meet a business needs, attain a strategic objectives, or meet a marketing demand. The only way organization can accomplish any of these goals is by expending resources of the organizations over time for a cost. Project management, it's application of knowledge, skills, techniques, tools to project activities to meet the project requirements. It's a process of leading the work of a team to achieve all project goals within the given constraint. This information is usually described in project documentation created at the beginning of the development process. The primary constraints are scope, time, and budget. So by the term managing the managing the project, that typically includes identifying the requirements, address various requirements or the needs of the stakeholders, concerns, and expectations. Balance the conflicting constraints, like, for example, scope, time, cost, quality, customer satisfaction, etc. The triple constraints. The simplified model, the three constraints must be balanced. That is time or schedule, cost, budget or resources, and scope. And these triple constraints again updated, that will become the extended triple constraints. It's also added with the quality, stakeholder satisfaction, and risk. The cross-cutting skills. The cross-cutting skills of a project manager. So this will be explained elaborately in another video. So the skills are like leadership, team building, motivation, communication, influencing, decision making, political and cultural awareness, negotiation, trust building, conflict management, and coaching. So there will be always a question arises that how many projects can a project manager handle at a time? The number of projects a project manager should manage typically range anywhere between 3 to 20 and depends on the employee's expertise and the complexity of the project assigned. 59% of the project managers run between 2 to 5 projects. 11% run 6 to 10 projects and 15% run more than 10 at a time. Only 15% of project managers work on only one project at a time. Then comes the project life cycle. The project life cycle management is the process of planning, organizing, coordinating, and controlling a project effectively and efficiently throughout its phases, from planning through execution, then completion. So starting from initiation. In the initiation phase, normally we will define a new project. You will sort out the project goals, scope, and resources of the project and what roles are needed on a team. Clarifying what stakeholders expect out of the project and what exactly the project is aiming to achieve and why will give the project and the team a clear direction. We can tell initiating process group is a crucial phase to the project success. Without clarity around what needed to be achieved and why, the project run the risk of not accomplishing the end goals and meeting the expectations of stakeholders. Some of the steps in the initiation phase, like communicating with the stakeholders to understand the purpose and desired outcome of the project, identifying the project scope, determining the SMART goals, like specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, clarifying resource like budget and time constraints, confirming team size and role required, determining how often and which stakeholders will be involved throughout the project, compiling a project proposal and project charter, etc. So the tools and documents generally used in the initiation phase, like project proposal, project charter, and RASI metrics. Second is the planning phase. In the planning phase, you will determine the steps to actually achieve the project goals, and that is the how of completing a project. You will establish budgets, timelines, and milestones, and source materials and necessary documents. These steps also, this planning step also involves calculating and predicting risk, putting change process into place, and outlining communication protocols. If the initiation phase is assembling your troops, the planning phase is deciding what to do with them. The planning phase contains like deciding on milestones that lead up to the goal completion, developing a schedule for tasks and milestones, establishing change process, determining how and how often to communicate with the team members and stakeholders, creating and signing documents such as non-closure agreement, NDA, non-disclosure agreements or requests for proposal, assessing and managing risk by creating a risk register, holding a kickoff meeting to start the project. The tools generally used in the planning phase are Gantt chart and risk register. Third one, that is executing. Executing a project means putting the plan into action. That is, this is the action stage of the project lifecycle and keeping them on track. Generally, this means tracking and measuring progress, managing quality, mitigating the risk, managing the budget, and using data to inform your decisions. The steps like using the tools like Gantt or burnout chart to track progress on tasks, responding to risk when they manifest, recording cost, keeping team members motivated and on task, keeping stakeholders informed of progress, incorporating change via change request, the tools like a burnout chart and a change request. The fourth one is controlling, monitoring and controlling process. A project management monitoring and controlling means actively reviewing the status of your project as it proceeds, evaluating potential obstacles, and implementing necessary changes. During this phase, organizations need to juggle several responsibilities, including keeping to the schedule, staying within the budget. And the final stage, that is a closing phase, you will conclude project activities, turn the finished product or service over to its new customers, and assess the things that went well and didn't go so well. It will also be a time to celebrate your hard work. The steps like conducting retrospectives and take notes of changes you can implement in the future, communicating to stakeholders of the end of the project and provide an impact report, communicating with the new owners of the project, creating a project closure out chart, celebrating the end of the project and your success. The tools like impact report and project closed out report. So here, this is the project boundaries. So initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control and closing, that will be within the project area, the project boundaries, whatever we have, the project inputs, then the project deliverables to the end users, so project records for process assets, etc. And the efforts spent in the process group, starting initiation in the initial stage, planning and process, it will be almost till the monitoring stage, executing the process group starting from the initiation stage, and it will grow higher during execution and monitoring stage. And monitoring, it is an ever-ending process from the scratch till the end, and the closing phase, which is at the end of the given project. Then we have the project management stages and knowledge areas. The initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control closing, project integration, that will be in all the steps, it will be there. Project scope in planning and mainly in monitoring and control, scheduling, project cost, quality, human resource, communication, project risk, procurement, and stakeholder management. In the fourth edition, there are a total of 42 process. Fifth edition, there are 47 process. You can able to see what is been added, which is been marked in blue. And in the sixth edition, we have 49 process, which is marked in red. That's all in this topic.